Alright, welcome back. I realize this might be a bit of a weird one, a bit out there, but I said I was going to be doing new stuff on Fridays. So today, as you might be able to see, we're going to be painting a miniature. Painting a little mini guy for Warhammer 40k. Doesn't really matter the game that he's from, but just doing a bit of painting. Because I wanted to, really. It's the only reason. Let me just check that everything's going well. Everything's recording. You might hear some noisy people in my hallway. Don't worry about it. I'm certainly not going to. So I'll start by going over what I've already done. I didn't want to show the whole process just because this first part isn't really something I can show from my desk. I sprayed the primer on, which is this coat you see on the base here. Usually the bases are black. This coat on the base here is the primer, and then I airbrushed on all of the gold. And then in some places, I did this off camera before I knew I was going to record this video. I already went over with the this darker silver color right here. And some places I've gone over with a base coat of white. I'm going to go over the base coats of white again, and I'm probably going to find more spots that I want this darker silver on. I'm just going to start by having a look at this model real quick. For a little bit of reference, here is a mostly complete model. I've just gotten the paints I needed to actually complete these guys. But here's a mostly complete model. Of course, he's not holding the same things. But as you can see, I'm going to put that blue on the plume. I might end up with the blue on this cloth part as well. But we'll see when we get there. This guy's just kind of a reference. You can see all these nice little white details that I've got there. White there and silver all over. I just really like the bright highlights on the blue and the gold. So I figured this guy would be pretty enough to paint. Don't mind the stuff falling down in the background. So I'd give it a go. I've got some copyright-free soft piano music in the background. So hopefully that's nice and comforting. And I'll try to give some insightful commentary if I can. Sometimes I just get into the zone when painting, but I suppose I can ramble forever anyway. So let's see. I'm just getting my paint ready. I probably should have done this beforehand, but I'm just getting my paint ready. This guy is a Vexilla Praetor. He's an elite choice for the Adeptus Custodes if you care about his game mechanics. If not, that's totally fine. The main reason I'm doing this guy, I'm sorry I sound a bit distant, I'm just looking around for one of my paintbrushes. The main reason I'm doing this guy is he's pretty. That's about it. He's going to be nice shiny gold with all these beautiful highlights. Oh, that might be it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I've got some brushes here. I haven't been able to find my my smallest highlight brush, but these ones should do just fine. It could be in my drawer here. If I really end up needing it, I'll have another look around. I say still rummaging through my desk. Okay. I'm gonna move into the first thing I want to do with this guy, which is to, let's see. I'm gonna start with the white. The white on this up here, on these little hanging things, along with some other places, like on the shoulder pad, in the pauldron here. There's going to be some white inside of that. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how good my camera quality is. I do have to have a look at some other reference models that I have around. But here we go. I'm going to be starting in with a bit of Corax White. It's a base coat Citadel paint. Give it a good shake. Make sure you don't get just liquid and then color. Just have tissues to wipe my paintbrush on at the moment. I've done with anything else. Just get a little bit on there. And I'm going to start with the shoulder pads right here. Just going to give them base coat. Also, I'm not a professional painter, of course. I love to play the game these are from, and I think painting them is fun, and I love doing the little trim and stuff. I might not have the best technique. That's just a warning. If anyone is in the comments yelling at me about my technique, I'm not reading it. I don't care. Let's see. Got that on. I'm probably going to go over it a few more times just because white is a pain in the ass to work with. Because it always gets a little bit thinner, even with the base paints. See, you can see right through that. Oh, I don't know if you can actually see. Hold on. I gotta be careful with how I'm holding this. But you see, you can kind of see through it into the gold behind it, and I don't really want that. I want to be able to, I want to have these. Okay, I got a little bit on this part here, which is fine, because I'm going to go over that part in silver. So it's going to get painted over anyway. Alright, hey, that's pretty good. That's off to a good start. I'm going to find some other places to go over in white. Probably up here. And then I'm going to look around for some trim. I'm probably going to go back to white at some point as well. Simply because I'm not going to be able to get all of the white done because I don't know where I want it all yet. I do have an idea of some places, like right there on that little area. I'm not going to do it while I'm doing this, but I do want to get some of this trim because I've decided to go all in on these guys, these little guys. The place my college is at, there's not really much Warhammer going on, not a lot of actual playing going on. So I'm gonna have to wait until I'm back home to actually get any playing in with these guys. As far as I know right now, so I've decided to just make, I've got a few passion projects going. These guys are really fun to paint because they just have all these beautiful details, like all this trim that you can see on the eagle here, all this stuff. I love to paint those little details. I don't know if my mic is good. I might actually be bumping my head into my mic a couple of times. Should I move it? Maybe I should move it. Because I keep leaning in past it. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move my mic real quick. Okay. My bad. Okay. And I'll try to set it up somewhere where it's not blocking the light. That must have sounded terrible. Unless I cut it out. Which I'm hoping I did. Said I'm hoping I did, like I'm not the one in charge of cutting it out. Like it's not entirely my decision. Alright, let's get some more white on this brush. I'm tired of going back and forth between the pot and the model. So I'm going to try to get a good coat on right now. Yeah, that's a bit heavier, isn't it? See, that's what I'm saying about the white. Really can tell the difference between this side after having a few coats of the white paint go on, and the other side after having just the one, where you can really see clearly that this is the color it's meant to be, where this one's like kind of half done. That's just not something I'm striving for right now. I'm going for kind of the maximum effort route on these guys. But again, I am going to say this a few times. I don't know. I'm not a professional painter, right? I don't know all the techniques. I just paint it so that I think it looks nice. I don't even have varnish with me here. I have it at home. Hopefully these guys aren't going to get a lot of wear and tear. See, I got a little bit on that. That's okay. That's alright. Nobody's going to be investigating these with a magnifying glass, I'd prefer. Unless I could submit them, but again, without being kind of a more professional. I have to get the back parts as well, because otherwise, it's not a display piece, so I've got to get all around it, get all the angles that people will be working from. It's wonderful. Look at that. I'm happy with how this is going so far. No mishaps. I might need to go over. I think I'm gonna go this part, the cloth part in blue. I do like how it looks white, but I think I want this guy to look more like the shield, the sword and shield guy I showed earlier than anything else. I'm unsure of whether or not I should try to scrawl any words on these little pieces of parchment, so I'll probably skip that for today. I might come back to it later, probably on my own time, because that's going to be quite a task, especially since it's working with black on white. If I wanted the letters to be black, it'd be working black on white, which is just a terrible thing to be working with. Because if you mess up, you have to go over it. Oops, sorry. Things keep falling all around me. I wasn't properly set up for painting, I guess. Alright. I could give him another coat on that one, I think. I could give him another coat. So this video is kind of just going to be a bit of a chill one. Kind of like if Bob Ross didn't know what he was doing. And also wasn't a very good painter. So not like Bob Ross at all, but just compare me to Bob Ross, please. It'll make me feel so much better about myself. Let's see. Get this. There we go. Look at that. Okay, that's that. And I think I know what I'd like to do. A little bit more detail, something on this this top bauble right here. I don't know why I called it a bauble. I want to go over this in the white color. That looks nice. There we go. That's nice. That's real nice. I don't know where else I'd like to go over with that. Maybe up top here somewhere. Maybe on that crest. I'll consider it. Let's see. A lot of the time I'll see these little swirly things like on this guy's belt. And I want to go over those with the white. That's always That's always fun, getting the little swirlies. Okay. Let's see. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you could see me right now, I'm hunched over like a gremlin. I'd be bonking my head into the microphone. Hopefully, I haven't, because I'm hoping to put this video up tomorrow. I've just been doing things and ran out of time, you know. Today, I was gonna record something else, but my internet was really not my friend. I'll probably record some more tomorrow. Not of this, of something else. Oh, I've already been going for 15 minutes. I've got to step it up. Okay. I was thinking I had to stretch this, but I really don't. I have to step it up. Where else can I go over in white? On the little side panels here. I'm gonna go over those in white, and also the swirls on this shoulder pad, and maybe the ones up on top here. I think those will all be good ideas. And then of course his gun, his axe gun. I have to go over his weapon with that. Alright. These little areas. This little swirly trim is what's going to make me really happy to look at. There we go. That's something. Nice. Look at that. It's hard to see the other side, but I am going to do my best to go over it anyway, just cause inconsistency, you know, even if I can't see it real well. That's really difficult to see in there. Good thing is, that means I'm unlikely to be judged on it, you know? Let's see. I'll go for the helmet next. My headphone just told me it has low battery. So I'm gonna be... Ooh. I said I was gonna be switching that out. I seem to have misplaced the other headphone. That's really no good. Well, shoot. I have a few options here. I can... Let's see. Let's go with option number 1, which is just cross my fingers. I've got a backup headphone if I need it. I just can't find the other one of that set. Let's see. So this white paint on. Alright. Where did I say I was going to go next? Maybe up here to the head area. Oh, that's a bit heavy, isn't it? Dang. That's tough. That's tough. Get the other side on. There. Get some of this off the brush. And hopefully I can go back and pick some of this older white up. I might have to go in with the gold, but that's why we have it, so. Just get a little bit more on this shoulder. I've just realized I was holding it off the camera a little bit on the shoulder here. That's something. I'll go to the other side next. Side. And eventually I'll go back and I'll hit that top part again once I've gone over with the gold. Is that all the white I wanted? No, there's a little bit more on the shoulder here. Just wash the brush. Gotta keep washing the brush so it doesn't end up all crunchy. Yuck. Might be a little bit hard to see, but what I'm going for are these little swirls right here. There it is. Then these ones at the top, right there. Nice. That's wonderful. Look at that. That's what I'm after. Alright. What else? What's next? The gun. Of course. Got a little bit of trim along the side of that. That needs to be gone over in this white. Then I will either go to silver or blue. Sorry if the way I do this is upsetting you, that I'm not going back and fixing these mistakes immediately, but I'm waiting until I'm working in the color that I can fix them with, which is basically just gold, which is going to be one of the last things I do. I'm going to go over everything, fixing any mistakes. This bird head up here needs to be gone over. It might be a little difficult to see what I'm doing. I'm sorry if that's the case. I'll go over this bird head more than once. Again, because of my issue working with white paint. It's just also such a bright color and it can add so much to a model. Just such a pain to work with. You can see that in some of my other color schemes. Maybe I'll show them off one day. You can see me just getting fed up with using the color white and deciding that, hey, maybe it's time I go for these darker color schemes. This bright, beautiful detail always pulls me back. These swirls. A little bit more on this end, right down in this shadowy area. You can't really see it in there, but I can. So I need to paint it. Them's the rules. That in there. Alright. Now we have a little bit more to go over in white. Let's check the shoulder. Okay, we need to go over the shoulder and both of these little bird heads. Bird, griffin, lion, I think it's just an eagle. That's better. That's bright white. That's the color scheme we're going for here. Nothing dull, nothing faded. Not yet. One more go by with the white on the shoulder. Just there. Wonderful. This is a stark contrast to the rage of Mega Man and the violence of Doom. But you know, something for everyone. Oh no, look what I've done. A little mess up there. It's okay. I'll come back and get it. It's alright to mess up sometimes. Alright. That'll be all of the white. Let's move to this bright silver. Look at this bright little silver. Storm Host Silver. I don't even know if they still make it. I have no idea. I bought this so long ago and I just still use it. Because it's the right color. It's the color I need. And it's just for the details, so I don't use a heck of a lot of it. But I'm gonna start with this part again. All these studs are going to be filled in with the silver. There. Might have to do a couple of passes with the silver to make it really show up again over the gold. It is a layer paint, not a base. Whereas the white was a base, this one's a layer, which means it's a little bit thinner, but the white needs to be a little bit thicker because I still had to go over it a few times. That little thing, that's what I was debating, was up here, whether to do that same little detail, same little pattern in silver, or if I should do it in white, but I think I'll stick with the silver for it. Yeah, that's good. Here we go. I'll go over these a couple of times while I'm here. Make them nice and pretty. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to work on these wings. The wings are something I'm really happy to work on every time, just because of the way they look in the end. Like on the little shield guy model, I do a little bit of an edge highlight on each and every wing. Right there. It might be a little hard to see, but you'll have to trust me that it's worth it. The effect it gives, oh my goodness, jumbling my words. Gives more of a sharp edge to the bladed wings there. I've forgotten what wing I was on, that one. Yeah, that's one of the perils of this, is getting too much paint on the brush. So you start coating more than just the edge. Another one is my shaky hands. I've already done that one. This one. Use a bit more silver on the brush. There we go. Sorry about the audio in the start. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and mess around with the times I bumped my head into the mic. Because I was focusing on the model. There we go. A little bit more. You might actually be able to see what I'm talking about there, with a little bit of shine comparing this side to the other side. It's a bit of a grueling process, but when I put on the non-oil later, it'll really shine. Edges with this. Get a bit closer of a look at this. There we go. Now to do that 3 more times. Sorry if it takes a little while, but it's one of my favorite parts. little details make me so happy. Look at that, the difference. Shine. Might not be much actually for you, but for me, I really love that look. This part right there is the most important. The very bottom of those top wings to really give some separation between the top wings and the bottom wings. Get some of that. A little bit more on my brush actually. So I don't have to go back quite as often. Really coming through now. That's so nice. Wonderful. Now onto the back. Again, can't have it being too different from the front. Give you a bit of a break from the wings that you might not even be able to really tell what's happening. I'll do a little bit of this right there. And once I put the Nuln Oil on, once I put that last step on, you'll really be able to see what's going on with the wings, I promise. There we go. A little bit more silver for those two. I think that's it, aside from the wings up here, so prepare yourself for more wing action. Here goes. I have a little much on my brush for this. Now it'll be okay. Look at that. A little mush on my brush. I'm already running out. There we go. I can maybe get a couple of these bottom wings in. No, I should reapply the paint on my brush. In this, I'm mimicking a bit of the pattern that I did on the this shield. To really give it some definition right there between each of the plates of those wings. It's the same principle for this. It's very nice. Very nice. Makes me quite happy every time I do this. Very pleased with my work, especially looking one side to the other again. Very nice. Right. Go back in. I think this might be the longest part of this is the wings. I am about to talk about some of the rules for these guys and some actual Warhammer stuff. So if you don't really care about that sort of thing, just keep it in mind that I'm about to start talking about it. Oh wow, that looks nice. You can really see the definition, like the difference between the shine up here and then that bottom portion where I haven't given it the second coat yet, and that makes me really happy. Oh goodness, I hope my computer fan isn't blowing straight into the mic. That would be very unfortunate. That would make me very sad. It might be though. Yeah, whatever. Oh my goodness. That stopped me in my tracks. What a voice crack. Clip it. Clip it, and I will do nothing with it. Clip it, send it to me. I will do nothing with it. Hold on, I'm gonna do this part real quick because my headphone just died on me. And I don't know if that stopped the music for you. Oh no, I might have just moved it to desktop, which is right next to my input. Hold on. There we go. Now it's back in my headphones. My goodness, that might have been some awful echoing for you right there. I'll cut out parts. I'll cut out parts if it is. I'll edit this video. I promise. Now I've got that part done. This whole Aquila up here. The Vexilla. This is very nice. Now I move to the body of this guy. Any of these little details that I didn't do white for, I go over them in silver. I know it looks similar from a distance, or even up close, a lot of the time. But I can tell the difference because I painted it, and that's what matters to me. So I make something I can be proud of, you know? Alright. This mark on his chest right here. That might have been a little bit too much paint, but that's okay. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, maybe I should have gone over those in white. Yeah. I'll come back with the white for those two. There's little swirls on the bottom of his neck guard. Give the studs on his head. There, first go with the silver. Yeah. Might actually see how the Nuln Oil interacts with the part I messed up on his head with. Might not actually have to go back over it. I may still, but maybe not. Then there's this part on the shoulder pad. Very nice. Very nice little swirls. Stud in the center. The swirls on the other side. I'm going to need a little bit more paint. Go back in for it. This video is going to be a long one. That's okay. It's alright to make a long video every now and then. I like to keep the other ones bite-sized, but I think this one has a right to be longer. I'll start up at the top here. There we go. That there. Very nice. I'm closing in. I'm closing in on it. It's almost done. That part in there, that little bit, I don't know if you can, that part right there, I bet you can see it. You're paying attention. You know. That might be too much paint on this brush. I'm gonna go over here first to the shoulder pad. Hit the studs on the shoulder pad. Boom, boom, there and there. I should still have enough paint to hit that one. Then go to the other side with the one I pointed to originally. Give it its go. There we go. This one might need a little bit more. It still looks gold. That's good. That's good. These parts I like to give just a little bit of silver to, you know. These little pipes. Just those two. Give them the touch of silver. Not much else. That's the most of it. That's most of it done. Awesome. Now I can go in with a couple more colors. We'll give it something it's been sorely needing. We'll give it its blue. We'll give it its blue finally. For that I need a bit of a bigger brush. Although if any of you are professional painters watching this, you'll be screaming at me, no, your brush was already too large. Shh. I'll do whatever I want. You can't stop me, little comment man. Anyway, this part, this cloth, that's what I was talking about before. Wanting this to be blue. You saw it on the one with the shield as well. Had this. This blue is going on quite nicely. I might need to give it 2 coats. But again, might need to give it 2 coats is better than I'm going to need to go over this 6 times. I'm looking at you, white paint. Okay, running out of paint on that front. Just a fair warning, I'm not looking for comments and concerns, you know? If I see a comment and it's just advice on how to paint, I'm going to ignore it. Especially if it's something I've already been told a million times. I'm sure there's a reason I've been told it a million times, you're right. But I just don't care enough for that. Okay, I might have had a bit too much water on my brush here. As you can see, it's a bit thin. But that's okay, I'll give it some time to dry out and I'll come back. That's nice, isn't it? The blue really ties it all together. Sorry it took me 40 minutes to get to that point. So, give him some blue on the plume up here. For this I'm using another base paint. I'm using Thousand Suns Blue. Heresy, you say? No one will ever know. Okay, give me some under there. Give me all around this. Nice. I am going to need to go back after it. My brush might have slipped. No, I'm good. I was about to say I might have gotten some blue up here. I don't seem to have. I am going to need to go over it again. But first I'll go back and I'll go over the other blue again. Down here. No. Yeah, I'll start at the front still. Again, what I'm shooting for here is nice, solid color. Don't really want any of the primer showing through the paint. Nor do I want any of the gold showing through too much. Ooh, that foot there isn't gold all the way around. I'll hit it. I'll get there. When I'm in the gold phase. There we go. That's a bit thicker. Get some more of that going. There we go. Might have needed a little bit more time to dry before I hit it again. That's okay though. It's alright. Nothing that can't be fixed. Make sure you got the swooshes going down. Very nice. Now I'll go up and hit the plume again. Sorry, this part is a little bit repetitive, but I mean, some of the other parts must have been. The wings of the eagle. There we go. There we go. Plume might not need as many coats as the cape, simply because of the way it's laid out. It's not a flat surface. It's got all the cracks and crevices for this to seep into. There we go. That might be the blue done on the plume. Or I might need to hit it another time, but that's okay. I think I'll go to the gold now. Go to some of the gold. I'll come back for the blue later. Finishing touches of the blue. There we go. A little bit of gold on the brush. Notice this foot down here. Needed some of that. There we go. Nice and pretty. Very nice. Then up here on the helmet, that part that I messed up earlier. It's not so bad. I'll fix it up right now. Do have to get awfully close to the model to see though. That's better. That's much better. I don't remember. There is one bit here. The great thing about this gold is it's very much a one and done. Get it on. It's good. Okay. Oh, I've just remembered some silver that I missed. Oh, sorry about that. Some silver that I've missed. I'll go back for that right now. Because I think that was all the gold touch-up I needed. I might go through with some gold highlight, though. In the same way that I did the silver on the eagle. I'll do a lot of that on this guy. I forgot to shine his blade up from the rest of his axe. Shine that up. Very nice. I'll get the other side as well. And I will hit that little spike on the top. There we go. And this little spike I was talking about. Quite a pain these little spikes are. Quite a pain. I just want to get the edges of it. Make it look a little sharp. More dangerous than it actually is. There we go. That's nice, and that's all I really needed to do with the silver as far as I can recall. So before I go back and hit the blue again, I'll start on some of this gold highlight. Which is something I've actually never really done before. Oh no. Something wrong with my gold highlight paint? Maybe I just hadn't opened it. We'll see. Oh, I should put my other headphone back in its case so that eventually I can Put that back on. Man, this one really is going along. I don't know why I expected to paint him so quickly. I did tell myself it was going to be doing all the tiniest details. That looks like the inside of a Cadbury cream egg. Huh. Ugh. Looks kind of yucky, actually. What I'm doing now is I'm just shaking it. Just to give it a little bit of a... give it a little bit of a stir, you know? That's better. That's much better. Doesn't look like an egg yolk or anything. Just looks shiny. Very shiny. So what I want to do with this is kind of go around the edges here. Give them a little bit more of a sheen. It's not really coming through very much, but that's alright. Didn't quite expect it to. Maybe I should be doing this after the normal oil. That might be the way. Did that do anything? Let's see. I'll give it another chance. I'll go up here and I'll give it another chance. Maybe this is an after the normal kind of a thing. But without enough evidence to actually say that, I'm going to continue. And no, it's not because I've misplaced my known oil. That would be silly. Be so silly of me. Kind of is showing up, I think. Maybe, or maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'm being gaslit, or maybe I'm just crazy. Let's see, what else should be given this gold highlight? Let's go to this part. This part I think was the most important part, the shoulder pad here, that I was considering giving this gold highlight to. Let's give it a kind of similar effect to the shield. That actually might be quite nice. I'll try not to take up too much more time with this, although I don't really think it's any harm. I'm enjoying it. There we go. Look at that. Quite nice. Now maybe, and this might be too much work here, I might go over... That's too much paint. Definitely too much paint. That's better. Because what I'm trying to do here is go with this. Little part here. Just had all of these little spike bits on the front of the bird. Like these. That might be overkill. I can't really tell much of a difference. Okay. In that case, I think... Ooh, you there. I forgot think it's time to give the blue another try. Clean the brush off very much. Don't want it to be too wet again. There we are, right here. Better with each coat. Fortunately, this royalty-free piano music, copyright-free piano music in the background is somewhere between 4 and 12 hours, so it shouldn't expire anytime soon. The video won't end. Have to go clicking away elsewhere. Hopefully. Not again, at least. There we go. That's quite nice. I know I said I would be done with the blue on the plume, but I couldn't help myself. Got greedy, as you can see. The back here still needs some work. But I will give the white highlights now. Like this guy, I'll bring him back in. You can see that white stripe on his plume. I'm going to be doing that. As well as those two little bits that I said I wouldn't forget about. They thought they got away. Trim unpainted? Blasphemy. Come here. There we go. That's better. The eyes, I think I will put a little bit of white in the eyes. Just because I like the effect it gives. Not right now, but later. Now we pick a strand along the plume. I'll pick this one to begin painting the whole way along that single chosen strand. A little bit more white on the brush. Very little bit though. Quite good. That might be it. Check the blue again. No. I must give the blue one last pass. I cannot help myself. Much better. That's much better. Oh my goodness. I'm very happy with that. Okay. Now we'll quickly stand up and find where I've put my gnome oil. A little bit of liquid skill never hurt. And it might help you to see what I was talking about with the Vexilla. I ought to hurry though. I might be running out of space, recording space on my computer shortly. of some older recordings. Look at that. Look at that. That's better. Same deal going on the back. Liquid skill, everyone. Liquid skill. All the way down the front. Trying to hit every crack and crevice and pull some of that excess out. Give it to somewhere else that might need it a little bit. That's nice. That's quite nice. Go around to the back. Even the little threads on the staff can be seen. Last couple of places. That arm done. I'll just take a huge glob of this. Run it down the front. Oh, I've ruined the model. Just kidding. Just kidding, I'm better. Do not worry. Look at that. Fills in everything so nicely. Even more detailed. Even though I just spent an hour doing pretty much just details on this guy, aside from some blue. It's the little things, you know? There we go. That's that darker blue we're looking for. Difference between that and the back. Yeah, that's wonderful. Before I hit the back though, I will go straight there. Let's see. Do I not have enough on my brush? No, I did. That's good. On to the next part. I like how these look with the normal oil on. The other side as well. That's nice. Pull some out of where it doesn't necessarily need to be so thick. There. Shoulder pauldron. I don't quite like how the white comes out after being hit with the normal oil, but that actually looks good. That looks quite good, I think. Sorry, I moved it. I think that looks quite good. Hit this area with it, and it's just the back of the head. Must hit everywhere for consistency. And the plume. Need a bit extra on the plume because of those previously mentioned cracks and crevices that are now all on full display. Perfect. Perfect. That all came out very nicely. Anyway. Oh, well now I have to do it. Oh yeah. I said I don't like how the white looks on there. How it looks on the white, but I touched it and I was like, gotta go over it now. It does do a good job of filling those shadows in. If I were to write on these, I would have wanted to do it before I hit them with the Nuln Oil. But that's fine. I can either not write or I can just repaint. Well, there you have it. That's the model I chose to do today. That's the Adeptus Custodes Vexilla Praetor. And I managed to go the entire hour without talking about his rules. Look at that. Be proud of me. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Drive safe, and I will see you next time.